What's going on? Uh, it's funny with all this stuff going on. It's like it would seem people are almost as if there's something screwy going on. There's something funny going on. Especially with this whole masking up type of thing here. It's like the term possession in the Greek in the biblical vernacular. It's that's where the word possession comes from, because the men who used to act in the amphitheater, often Thebes or Crete or something like that, they would say they would almost become as if they were a different person, as if they were possessed. And that's also where the term hypocrite, the term hypocrite means an actor, because look, they can be so convincing, but then after the show's over, it's like, man, you almost had me convinced that you wasn't a piece of shizzle. Now I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a feeling. So it's like hypocrite and actor, possessed. I made a video a while ago over at Cabrini Green over there where Candyman used to live, in the Bando building there next to the frickin' apartment. You know what I'm saying? Out on the back porch there. I was talking about getting in the mirror in a fucking ski mask, basically, ninja mask, ski mask. This was before this, 2020, where it's ridiculous and redundant. It was back in those days, but I was talking about how I used to almost get possessed at times, because when I would see myself move and I would do these movements after I'd ingrained them into myself, and they were freaking had muscle memory and snap. I had snap. It was like I'd almost be a part of myself. I'd almost get into a weird state where it's almost as if I was in the passenger seat and someone else was driving when I was looking at myself, because I didn't recognize myself for the way that I moved, because I never really looked at myself moving like that until I did that. And for a minute there, the whole narcissist thing where you almost fall in love with the reflection for a second, and I noticed the seduction of that, and it's also, you know, the prospect of this power, of this attainment. Anyway, just from personal experience, and you know, I've had that struggle, you know what I'm saying, already, and now looking at all this, I can see people are becoming possessed by the role, the virtue signaling, you're offensive to me if you don't want to do what I do, you're endangering me. This intense fear of being hurt or death or harm or injury is causing people to actually become oppressive and tyrannical and harassing, almost like gang stalkers. Like everyone, like people are conscripting themselves from the authority through their mandates and their micromanagement and their insinuations. Okay, that was like when Trump told the dudes to stand down and stand by. That look, that's an insinuation, because what exactly does that really mean? I mean, I don't really care. I'm just using it as an example in this parable here. Of these people, our society is really, to some extent, I've heard stories of people like getting rowdy, people getting beat up because they didn't want to mask up, or they did mask up, people getting smoked, that we're turning into a Milgram experimental type of society. And here's the thing, they never gave us full disclosure. They're still not giving us any real disclosure, other than they're signaling to us, they're telegraphing that they mean us lots of harm, and they're lying, and they're just like telling you whatever you want to hear to get you to do what they want you to do, whether they got to play good cop or bad cop or evil cop. They'll play any role, because they're as if they got on the lab coat in the Milgram experiment. Wait, what's the other one? The Stanford experiment. I think that's where they put them in the lab coat and they told them, hit the electrocution button. Right now, that's the jab. Look, just jab them. Look, I got on a white coat, sir. Jab them. So now you are blood guilty of harming someone. Look, harming them to the point irreversibly. And listen, and you also listen. You don't have the disclosure because you ain't had time to gain the disclosure. You're trying to push this thing through, with this magical thinking, as if you can just will it into existence, and all these problems are just gonna be managed and they're gonna go away. I mean, whatever your true intentions are, you as you authority person who's reviewing this, trying to figure out what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're living in such a time where we're under a kind of mass hypnosis, mass suggestion, massive possession, literally. And that's the thing. The people in the Milgram experiment, the people who were the guards, they got over obsessed with their roles, and they started to punish and hurt and really be cruel and evil. Like, they got carried away with it. It can happen to anybody. Look, when a mask, like a beard, a man with no beard, his wife could be his beard because he's really gay. You know what I'm saying? That's one term. So it means a disguise, a gray man disguise. Just like a police officer's uniform. Look, I'm a good, outstanding pillar of the community. You can trust me. And being a woman beater, just liar, just a person of ill repute or evil characteristics, bad person.